Before you hit convert on that Roth, stop. Done wrong, a conversion can spike your tax bill and trigger Medicare surcharges. Being just $1 over an IRMAA tier can cost a couple roughly $3,000 to $6,000 in Medicare premiums the following year, wiping out the benefit. Done right though, a Roth conversion flattens your lifetime taxes and builds real tax-free income. Here's why this matters now. Congress reshaped the bracket math. There's more room in the lower brackets, but new phase-outs can quietly push up your effective rate. If you're 55 to 67, those gap years before Social Security and RMDs may be your best window, as long as you steer around the tripwires. In this video, I'll show you the tax valley window after work, before Social Security and RMDs, when conversions actually win and when they don't. Your number, how to calculate this year's conversion room and pay the tax without penalties. What's changed in the law? More room in lower brackets, but phase outs, IRMAA, and ACA cliffs that actually quietly raise your rate. And a real case study showing a multi-year plan with a before and after on lifetime taxes, IRMAA paid, and ending Roth balance. For those of you new here, I'm Dr. Preston Cherry, financial planning PhD, top 10 Investopedia Advisor, and founder of Concurrent Wealth Management. You may have seen my work in Kiplinger, MarketWatch, Forbes, or the New York Times. My job is simple here. Help you align your life and money so you live your wealth your way. And if you want clarity instead of guesswork and a plan that won't blow up your Medicare or your taxes, then stick with me. Let's chop. A Roth conversion only wins when three things line up. You pay tax now at a lower rate than you'll likely face later. You smooth future taxable income so you don't get hit with spikes, and you avoid premium surcharges and other gotchas. That's the game. So where's the best window? The retirement tax valley. After you stop working and before Social Security and RMDs kick in. Your income drops. Your bracket often falls. You've got to create income on purpose at cheaper rates. Why it matters. RMDs generally start in your early 70s and force money out of pre-tax accounts, whether you like it or not. That pushes income back up, often into higher brackets and sometimes into avoidable surcharges. So when not to convert? Peak earning years, big salary, big bonus, equity comp vesting. Stacking conversions on top is how people overpay and erase the benefit. Two tailwinds inside the valley. Market dips help. Conversions are taxed on today's value. Lower prices equal less tax on the same shares. The rebound compounds the tax-free inside the Roth. Bracket math tailwind. Use it. Respect the phase outs. Congress extended TCJA bracket structure and widened the lower bands. The larger standard deduction stays. Plus, a temporary enhanced senior deduction window. The catch? Multiple deductions and credits phase outs, including that senior deduction and SALT band, which can quietly raise your effective rate on each conversion dollar. What's the translation? More runway in the 10%, 12, 22, and 24% zones. You got to model a phase out on cheap conversions that doesn't turn expensive. Here's one more guardrail: Medicare IRMAA timing. Medicare looks back 2 years at your income. A big conversion at 63 can raise what you pay at 65 if you cross the tier by just $1. The SSA IRMAA fact sheet lays out the 2 tiers and the 2-year look back. Here's a quick go, no-go checklist. Do you have gap years with low income? That's your valley. Will this year's amount stay under an IRMAA tier? Check the fact sheet. Can you pay the tax from cash instead of the IRA? If not, shrink the amount. Any market pullback or extra bracket room that favors doing it now near a phase-out band, model your effective rate using the current enacted rules. Bottom line, if you are in the valley, markets are soft and you can stay under the premium tiers while keeping phase outs in check, that's usually a green light. If you are at peak income or flirting with surcharges cliffs, hit the pause and rethink the timing. Section 1 gave you the green light. Now let's size this thing on purpose so you can convert into your target bracket and not over it. Here is the quick, no drama way to find your max conversion room for this year. First off, pick your target bracket. Many couples land in the 22-24% lanes, and you can adjust if you're single. Take the top of that bracket, subtract your standard deduction. Subtract all other ordinary income, salary, pension, interest, rentals, short-term gains. What's left is your conversion room, and add a small buffer so a surprise dividend or bonus doesn't push you over. This is how you buy tax rate certainty today. For a couple that's aged 62 to 60, a 40 to 75,000 annual target often fits. Dial down if your state tax is high or if you're near IRMAA tax cliffs. Dial up in an unusually low income tax year, and the same framework works if you have a custom number. Don't cannonball all at once. Spread conversions over a 3 to 7 year period. Why? You keep income smooth and avoid surcharge spikes, and usually the lifetime math wins. Best practice, pay the conversion tax from cash or brokerage, not from the IRA. So every converted dollar stays in the Roth. Consider 2 rules of the road. Withholding from an IRA before 59 and a half can be treated as taxable distribution and may face 10% penalty. Use estimated tax safe harbors to avoid penalties. Generally 100% of last year's tax or 110% of AGI if it was higher, or 90% of this year's tax. Have any after-tax dollars in IRAs? Conversions follow the pro rata rule, so no cherry picking. Track and report bases correctly on Form 8606. That's how you avoid accidental double tax. Fuel the tax-free engine with higher growth holdings. Keep lower growth and interest in pre-tax and tax-efficient funds in taxable. Same dollars, smarter location. Your buckets now are all set. Growth in Roth, steadier stuff in pre-tax. Tax efficient in the taxable. Now we add the guardrails. These are the tripwires that can turn a smart conversion into an expensive mistake if you're not watching them. Medicare checks your income from 2 years ago. Cross a tier, even by $1, and you pay the higher part B and D premium for the whole year. If you're 63 to 64 and near a threshold, leave a buffer and shrink or pause that year's conversion. On an ACA plan, conversions raise the Maggie. That can shrink or erase your premium tax credits. As other income rises, up to 85% of your Social Security can become taxable. If you're starting benefits, don't stack a big conversion in the same year. Higher earning heirs, paying tax now via conversions can be a gift. Inherited Roth is tax-free. Charitably inclined, keep some traditional IRA for QCDs at 70 and a half or charitable bequests. Getting back to spouses, when one spouse dies, remember, tax brackets compress from married filing jointly to single. Same income, higher tax. What are the smart moves? Front load more conversions while you're still MFJ. Your ACA pre-65, set a Maggie guardrail first. IRMAA 63-64, leave a buffer underneath the tier. Medicare uses a 2-year look back, remember. Tiers are cliffs. Social Security, if you're claiming soon, right size conversions. You don't want to push up into 85% benefits into being taxable. Legacy charity, coordinate QCDs, MFJ, year conversions. Now that was the checklist. Now what about a step-by-step plan that you could consider? Let's start with step number 1. Map your income to find your tax valley. List your income year by year through your early 70s. Mark 2 milestones, Social Security start and RMDs. Number 2, set your bracket target. Spill, don't spill. A guidepost for a couple, $40,000 to $75,000 a year. Number 3, decide how you'll pay the tax. Best case, from cash or brokerage, so every converted dollar stays in the Roth. Number 4, hit the hard deadline. Conversions are a calendar year move. Get it done by December 31st. And number 5, review annually and adjust. If the markets dip, convert a bit more at discount. If timing, income, or tax rules change, resize. If you're nearing IRMAA, ACA cliffs, pause or trim. Remember that case study I promised you? So let's take a look at a couple that's 62 and 60, $1.5 million portfolio, spends $100,000 a year, 3% inflation, takes Social Security at 67. Here's the baseline result. No conversions. Low income early, jumps when Social Security and RMDs hit 73. Higher lifetime taxes, larger forced withdrawals, more surcharge risk. With conversions, move $40,000 to $75,000 a year in gap years, pay tax from cash, Keep higher growth assets in Roth. Why does this work? Well, the mechanics come straight out of the IRS code. Your numbers will be unique. The framework is in the code. Seeing that before and after, you can really feel it, right? The right plan flattens your taxes and steers around IRMAA cliffs. The next step is really simple. Run your numbers through the same lens. If you're a high-earning professional or business owner in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, then this is your moment. The early retirement tax valley, wider, lower brackets, and occasional market pullbacks are where long-term wins are made. If you're ready to take control, cut lifetime taxes, avoid IRMAA, ACA cliffs, and build durable tax-smart income, I'd love to help. Book a retirement clarity call using the top link in the description. We'll translate today's window into a plan that you can trust. Let's turn this planning window into decades of flexible, tax-smart freedom. If this brought you clarity, share it with somebody weighing the decision, and I'll leave you with this. Retirement encompasses age, the timing, strategy, the approach, finances, the amount, and feelings, the meaning. Align the plan, and the numbers will follow. We'll chop soon.